Hey everybody, this is Frankie Day Models. Okay, for this gorgeous Monday, my day off, I'll have about 3 videos going on for you today. It'll be the final reveal for the PVM 3S flying boat, and also have introductory build of my unanimous vote from my commenters and my subscribers from video 2 of my Academy PVM 3S. They all want me to build the Marlin, the P5M flying boat. And video 3 will be live action. Okay, I bought this kit back in 1971. Price tag still in the box, $8. Right over here, that was the price. It was already fixed price already by the company. That was before all this inflation stuff kicked in. And ain't no more price tags on models. So you look very closely, you can see the JS number, and you got a dash with 800. That right there is the price tag. I thought I paid $14 this thing, but I was wrong. It was $8. Okay, this is the P5M Marlin flying boat. This is the successor to the PBM. The PBM was an old war boat, and it was about time for Martin Aircraft Company to design another one. So actually, this is actually like a PBM on steroids. This is the Martin P5M Marlin, is redesignated to SP5M, S for submarine and search. And instead of giving the regular P5M designation code as assigned from the aircraft company. Okay, you got 2 different paint schedules on this thing. I've seen them all 3 different paint schedules. I've seen them all over overall dark sea blue, and I've seen them dark sea blue with white upper planing, and I've seen them all gold gray with the same white upper planing. So I already got 2 of these. The first one I gave to my brother, and it was all overall all blue with a white radome on here. And so this one's going to be gold gray, light gold gray with white upper planing. This thing almost looks like a Mariner in a way, except it has a tie detail horizontal stabilizer. Now the horizontal stabilizer on the original P5M was located down here. This wasn't up here before. But they found out she had more stability because it had such a large tail. It didn't have very much. They had a lot of problems with actually controlling the plane from attitudes of up and down planing, and also stalling problems they had. Because on the original P5M design, the tail came up like it is here, and it rounded off up here. Then the horizontal stabilizer were affixed right here. They came up like this. That's when they had problems with it. So Martin got hold of the designers, and they went ahead and made the tail up, and they put the stabilizer up here. And ever since they did the design, the P5M flew like a charm. And my father worked on these things. My dad was an aviation machinist mate during the war. Radio. He wasn't jet machinist mate. He worked on radical engines. White Cyclones, Pratt Whitneys. And he said, have these flying boats, these Martins have White Cyclone engines. And the same power plant as that of the PBM. During Operation Market Time 1968, BP-48, which flew out from St. Point in Cavite, the Philippines, they always go out for these patrols out there for reconnaissance duties, also Dumbo missions. They used them. Any submarines now, they got rid of the submarines. Even under the nacelles, Doors open up too. They have all had weapon bases. They had torpedoes, mines, or bombs to carry. Same thing that the Mariner did. The Mariner did carry torpedoes underneath the engine nacelles. Okay, we'll get with the cat. Now, it's probably about the fifth time I opened up this can since I had it. It's all in baggies right here. Since we're going to build this thing, I might as well just go ahead and make a review out of this thing. I think it'd be a good idea just to show you a big old bag full of parts. I got to be very careful that I don't lose any parts off these screws as I pull them out. I'll lay them very neatly on the table here. I'm so used to using this webcam out here instead of using my big camera over here. I'm thinking about it very seriously that we're going down and getting me a webcam that I can actually maneuver around. It'll work just like the other ones, high definition pictures. Okay, on these first two screw trees here, okay, on this sprue is the fuselage. And you got your beaching gear tires. You have your spotlight sponsors on there. Here's your radome. Now Hasegawa did a wonderful job on this airplane. They got a blueprint of this thing. Now this airplane brings back a lot of memories to me. I used to board these things when I was a teenager back in St. Louis Point in the Philippines out of 1957, BP-48. Door back here, you got a door. Yeah, right here, where a porthole is at. That door was always open. It opens up from the inside instead of the outside. Inside, and it closes in. And they had a ladder that goes. That's the only way into this airplane. They had a big old ladder. Hell, that thing stands up almost 50 feet off the ground. Yeah, these things are big. And like I said, on the entry door, they had a ladder. And I was walking underneath them. They had a couple of sailors aboard there. And one guy goes, "Hey, kid, what are you doing?" I said, "I come here to look at these beautiful looking flying boats. You want to come aboard and look at this thing?" "Well, sure." So I climbed up the ladder, went inside the entry door. As I entered right here, I went this way, and it had nothing but electronics in there. I mean, this thing was packed with stuff I didn't understand. I didn't care. I didn't want to know. All I wanted to know is I wanted to venture from here and get up here to the pilot's compartment. So, of course, I looked all over there. I went back here, looked around. They had a lot of machinery back here and stuff. They had sonar buoys in here. They had a rack. I know what they were. They had a rack right there full of sonar buoys, and they can just take them out and just launch them somehow. I don't know. But anyway, you have the deck had a decking up here. They had a ladder that went up there like this up to the flight deck. So I ventured this way. Like I say, everywhere I went, you had chairs, tables, electronic gears, radio boxes. I don't know what it was. Like I said before, I didn't care. I just want to get here. So as I got up here into the end of the main of the flight deck, and also there is a ladder that goes up there to the flight deck where the pilot's compartment's at. Flight engineers over here, and I went up here and they had a big old like a radar or some sort of instrument they had there on next to the control yoke. I had to take a parachute and sit on that parachute on that seat just to get up. Because I was small, I was only about 5'4", 5'5", somewhere around there. And I was pretty much, the size of an average man at that time, being attained. I sat up there and looked around. I must have sat in the thing for about an hour. And one of the sailors up there, he kind of walked up there with me, make sure I didn't touch anything. I said, "Whatever you do, for God's sake, don't touch no buttons." I said, "Sir, I don't touch nothing. I won't even touch you. I just want to sit here and look out the window." Those guys admired me because I had a lot of adventures to say. And in 1957, the Marlin was they're about ready to get rid of these. And bring in the P5, the P3 Orion. And because they get rid of flying boats by 1956, so those things actually superseded longer than it actually was designed for. The Marlin came out in 1945, right after the war. It came out. It was a successor to the PVM, and it served out the Korean War and post-Korean War. And the last sortie these things used was back in 1968 in Vietnam, and they got rid of them then. That's when they brought in the P3 Orions. No more use for flying boats. So she's last of the Martin flying boats right here. They did a good job designing this thing. This is the only one in the world of this type. They probably got a resin kit of this somewhere of some other company, which I don't know. But at the time, that was the only one there is. That's the only one that I know of is still today. Okay, this through here, this thing's getting loose here. That's why I don't want to take these things out. They get loose, see? Okay, you got your rudder. Your rudder piece, they come in halves, two pieces. It fits back here. You got your beaching gear housing. Your float boxes are right here on your beaching gear. Matter of fact, these are made from wood. Yes, because they float. With the air in the tire. Because beaching gear right here, there's a porthole here. This beaching gear fits on the side. Now, how they get rid of that beaching gear is they got what they call it a towing buoy. This thing is launched out to a towing buoy over here, and runs like a pulley system, goes all the way up to the tractor, and that tractor keeps tension on it, keep that thing sliding forward with the engines going and idle, and it's throttled up by 20%. Throttle to get the thing moving. Once it gets in the water, they get that tractor's pulling this thing out and still keeping tension on the tail. So as that tow line goes out all the way into the fairlead to the tractor that pulls it out, it gets in the water, it starts to become buoyant. Then you got two swimmers out there. You call them swimmers. And these guys, one guy gets on the starboard side, one guy gets on the port side. And you got this door open right here. And that door will open up from the inside. And you got a crewman who goes inside and he'll pull two fin pins out. Then it'll release the beaching gear, and the beaching gear will drop off the float. And they got little lines so they can pull that beaching gear in from the tractor. And they just roll it up there and put it there until it comes back in. That's how that works. This through here, nothing to write home about when it comes to detail of the cockpit. They just gave you a cockpit floor, a bulkhead, control yoke, two pilots, and that is it. This brew consists of what you see. You got your float boxes for your beaching gear, your bulkhead for your flight deck. This is your tail beaching gear tires right here, and these are your rudder fins, which come back here. Okay, we'll lay that down right there. Where's the other one at? It's over here. Okay. Wow. Okay, this brew here, we got stuff floating around here, guys. I'm afraid to open up this bag. You got your top, and you have your bottom, center wing sections. Well, this through here. And right here is your flaps. These are your flap assemblies. The flaps are movable on this thing, just like that on a PVM Mariner. Just around this way. You got your wing floats. You got your two right silicone engines, and you got your radar housing, which fits on top of the fuselage, which fits over here, which is right here. In the bag, you got your searchlight. It's clear transparency. And you got an engine SL floating around in there. And you got your engine boss firewall. right there floating around there. And your transparency is right here. So it consists of 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, 5 screws. This screw here is by itself. It's 5 screws. Those are your wings, your ailerons, and your flaps. Aileron top course fits on top of the flap. Ailerons, your flaps, I mean. And you got your outer wing panels, your bottom and top. And the detail of this thing is very nice. It's somehow raised, but raised with finesse. Very, very subtle. Very subtle. Because there were rivets on these things. I remember that quite well. And those stoner buoys, I was telling you about, those strapped beside the fuselage, look right here. It just now reminded me, I had a flashback, guys. I went back 1957. This is where your sonar buoys were at, right here. Instead of carrying inside, they carried mines inside the engine SLs and bombs. But they also carried external sonar buoys on the side of the wings. Those were the shackle mounts that held them. Okay, this is going to be live action tonight. This build was by unanimous voting, by unanimous decision. Build the Marlin, build the Marlin, build the Marlin, and that P25 can be going home somewhere else. Here's a decal sheet they gave you. They got one. What was that for the Swedish? Not Swedish. We call it Norwegian, Dutch, French markings. Yeah, French, and also in America. You got 2 different squadrons, 2 different liveries. This is an old kit, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead in preparation before I take his decals off. I don't think I had a problem with decals. They're pretty good decals. I'll go ahead and spray this decal monitor on there anyway, just to give it a little assurance and all this celery on it. I bought this since 1971. That's years ago. Okay, the decals again are nothing to write home about. They're good decals. They went on very well. All these old Hasegawa decals are very good. Here's the instruction book that they gave you. That's what mine's going to look like here. It's going to be VP48 right here, Sangley Point. That's the one I want aboard. Now on YouTube, there is some good reference YouTube videos on the P5M. So I'll be venturing that as I prepare to build this thing with live action video. Okay, on the instructions right here, starts out with the base, starts out with the cockpit, basing gear, pre-assembly, sub-assemblies, all sub-assembly stuff before you pop them together. Engine SLs, the back of the engine SLs. You got your firewall SL, which fits the cowling assembly, and it's all in English. You got a lot of literature to read, and the paint schedules on it too as well. Right here is the how the wings go together. After the insides are all done, before you close that fuselage up, you got to add your cockpit right there, as you can see. Nothing to write home about, guys. It's a cockpit. You can add to it if you wish. Go to the spare parts box, bring out stuff. If you're really serious about building one of these P5M flying boats, there's a lot of reference material there, fellas, for you. There's a lot of it out there. And just follow your reference right there and build up the fuselage. You get a lot of connoisseurs that got nothing better to do. Take a model like this and really put their all into it by building rib structures, extra flight decks, electronics gear and stuff. Nothing's classified this anymore. But back in my days, it was classified. Those two sailors could have got in a heap of trouble. Let me aboard. Or let me aboard. Okay. Trying to see the pay schedule of this thing. Huh. Anyway, at the end of the instruction is the pay schedule. They don't have the one for the United States Navy one other than right here. This is the other deliveries for the French right here. The pay schedule that then they call for is blue. It's dark blue with your decals on your fin. Yeah. Back here's a tree. I own all these right here. I've got my Emily, it's above my head. I got the Mavis in my big storage. I've got this, it's up here. Now I have this. It's right here. All these models cost $8 at the time. These were the top dogs of the Hasegawa 172nd line. Because the other 170, this here came out back in 1968. The Emily did. It was $8. This too was $8. This was $8. The Shinamiya PS1 and also your P5M Marlin was $8. I don't know why I said 14. Oh, I know why I said $14.95. That's how much the Monogram B-52 172nd scale cost when it first came out back in 1968. It was molded. I got that kit too, my big storage. It was molded in dark green plastic. They had an electric motor in there with some kind of a impeller that would rub against the ticker tape. It sounded like the rattling of the engine starting up. Really neat, really unique. Okay, we're going to be working on this tonight. I'm going to have to go and get a web camera that's portable where I can focus it around, just like the one I had before. I like that. I don't know where in the world whatever happened to that. Yeah, this is a real nice kit, guys. Anybody's got a P5M Marlin, you know, build it. And like I say, this is my second rodeo in this kit. The first one I built, it was wonderful. Went together very well. So that's going to be my VP-48 right there. Sangley Point, Philippines, Cavite. That whole seaplane, it was a seaplane base, almost like Kilauea, up there in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. It was one of the largest seaplane bases there was out there, Sangley Point, because see, back in those days, being a naval dependent, you know, it still costs money to send your family out there. My dad being shipped during the war and stuff, he wanted to be with his family, which I couldn't blame him. If I had the opportunity to do the same thing, I don't care shit how much it cost me. I would send my family with me so I could be with my family. And believe me, guys, I lived a very adventurous lifestyle when I was young. I lived all over the world. And everything's the devil in my mind. If I want to, that's one thing good about time travel. A lot of people say that time travel is a bunch of hooey, but it's not. The key of time travel is living as long as you can to get my age, that you can think about the stuff that went back in the past You can go back years in back in your mind. That's the only way you can time travel is in your mind. Believe me, if I feel blue, true blue, and tattooed, I go back in time. This Marlin right here, looking at it, everything is coming back from 1957 to now. Because I was flashback in that time with that thing. I remember getting aboard that thing. I had a wonderful time. It smelled awful in there. It smelled a combination between burnt electricity and aviation fuel. I can remember the smells of that. I said, Jesus. Anybody lit a cigarette in this thing, they go up like a bomb. And those guys followed me around. I remember that. Whatever you do, don't touch no buttons, sir. I ain't gonna touch nothing. I guarantee you, I will not touch nothing. So it says if I'm down, I stay out. I won't fool with nothing, sir. I just want to sit in that seat and glaze out that window and think. Be my guest. Sit there all day long if you wish. See, those guys could have gotten in trouble to bring me aboard that plane because that thing was classified. All the CT gear they have that thing. It was the communication technicians. They had CT operators. They call it communication technicians. And these guys had top secret. They had their brains. They had top secret clearance. They can pick up stuff that you can't. These flying boats had range, and they're very good for picking up range finding and stuff. So, like I say, those two gobs could have got me in trouble. Could have got themselves in trouble. And like I say, I'm like Schultz of Stalag 17. I know nothing. I see nothing. All I know is I like airplane. I want to be a pilot. That's all I want to do. I don't care. That stuff, that music bit, all I know, that thing was stuffed full of radio gear. I didn't even bother to ask what it does or what its function or how often is it used, was it made from, how do you operate it, or nothing. I didn't care. I got aboard that P5M, looked around and said, man, he's stuffy in here. Just walk right ahead. Those guys knew I wasn't no security risk. I was a goddamn punk kid, shit in yellow. Still got shaving cream behind my ears. If I could grow a beard back then. Yeah. Okay, that's it for the inbox review. And by unanimous vote for the Marlin, opposed to the Aurora 1957 B-25 Mitchell, the Marlin is going to be the subject of my spring build after I finish up this Marlin, of this PBM. PBM's almost done. All I got to do is glass in the windows, put the canopy on there. I got that all masked down. I'm ready to airbrush that. Get the plane a good little a coat of varnish on there, tone down the glossiness, and install the windows and tail turret, and she's done. And nice day outside, sunny and beautiful out there. Take some pictures of it to really make you bring out the brilliance of this thing. It's a beautiful flying boat, guys. It truly is. It truly is. I get a fast sneak refeed before I get the fuselage that canopy on. I got all the decals on that thing now. Got the vision gear on. So stay focused for the final reveal. It's coming up. I had that for you about an hour and a half. When I get done with that, I'm going to preparing for the build for the Marlin. I'm going to set my big camera over here. We'll have a ball. I mean a ball. 3 videos in 1 day is not too bad for Frankie Day. I got a lot of stuff coming your way, guys. I think later today I'm going to haul some more models down to the house. It won't take long to empty out this place. Everything hanging out there has got to be dusted off. All these airplanes need a good dusting and a good bath. And they're going to be boxed up and up to the house. It don't get too awful dusty here because I keep this place well ventilated a lot. But there is some dust. They're dust collectors. They really are. Keep you busy. gives it age. Oh, talk about age. I'm getting age too. Okay, that's it for me. That's it for the inbox review and unanimous vote, unanimous decision by my commentators and my wonderful subscribers that the P5M Marlin would be the plane to do. And I'll be on it today. So stay posted for final reveal for the Mariner and also live action with Frankie Day and the P5M Marlin flying boat. Well, make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Beware of your surroundings. Stay focused when you drive. Spend wisely. Get yourself a barbecue. It's getting nice outside. Barbecue's done. Get yourself a cigar or a pipe or something and a cocktail. And get yourself a beverage of your choice, whatever it is, that tames the savage beast in you. Sit down and join me for about a good hour, hour and a half of live action on the P5M Marlin 1971, released by Hasegawa. So you don't want to miss that. Be live action. This Frankie Day model signing off. Say your prayers. And God bless you all. We'll catch you guys on Final Reveal and live action.